Kennewick. Gave up 5 in that 5-2 loss. The backup, as we got a Donnybrook developing along the boards at center ice just outside the Seattle blue line after a big hit was delivered. And there's a big scramble with the linesman trying to get players pulled apart. Can't see who's on the bottom of this pile, but as they try to get everybody separated. Hood was the goaltender last night. You would think second game on a road trip on back-to-back nights they might go to the backup Kelton Pine, but they gave Hood the start here again tonight. Cumby's off the bottom of the pile for Seattle. Can't see who the Vancouver player is down on the ice. It might be Olsen, Brett Olsen. Kelton Pine last year as a member of the Regina Pats pitched a shutout in Regina against Seattle. An 8-0 Regina win over the T-Birds at the Brandt Center. Holberton has looked like he's being escorted to the penalty box here for Seattle. He was the one who delivered the hit. A crunching hit along the wall. Didn't see anything out of the ordinary other than that maybe the Giants.
The post just in case they try to slide it in. Out to the left point, save made again, scooping up Conway. Rolson comes over to help out his teammate, and now we got a couple scraps in front of the net. Carls trying to get tied up. McCaggerty going after Dumansky, who gets in the middle of it. Jodery and Foster tied up. Foster got Jodery bear hugged around the back. The gloves had not come off yet, so it's not third man in or anything of the sort. Foster comes in and intervenes with 1:35 to go in the second.
Win here and avoid going 0-3 on the week. Gustafson to McDonough, back to Gustafson. His shot saved by Viard as he squeezes his right arm to his body. And now the two teams getting very familiar with each other along the near side goal line. Gustafson and Gillespie will make their way to the penalty box. Ryan Miller now exits after serving his 10-man misconduct, and we'll take a break here on the Winterhawks Audio Network.
Boyles, Hayden, Moore. Pin now, Ashton Brown. Finding for it. Longley trying to get the puck clear. It's up, and that's going to draw a couple of punches and shoves. As Pekash will jump in and mug someone. Kettles will go in with a double headlock. Now more pushing and shoving, and as you said, Tony, these guys don't like each other. Now the punches are going to keep flying. It's Daniel Pekash who's going to be forced away from the situation.
Yeah, a little face wash in there. The stinky glove, no one likes that. And yeah, the animosity definitely starting to ramp up here as we head into the first intermission here. But, you know, that was a great response from Victoria. It was not their best start here in the first, and the second half was a much better Royal side, and got to take.
Retrieved back by the Wheat Kings. Klippenstein, he'll stretch a feed, 2-on-1 in come the Wheat Kings. It'll Baumüller on the backhand, puts it wide of the Tiger goal, and we're going to have a fight at center ice. Cameron Parr drops him with Lavoie. Bit of a height difference here as Lavoie and Parr engage at center. Parr with an overhand right as they begin to swing. Parr connects on a right one, Lavoie. Lavoie back over top with a couple rights. Parr counters with a right of his own. As they're going to tumble to the ice. Parr with a couple more on Lavoie as the linesmen step in to separate the combatants. They'll each head to the box. 44 seconds left in the first. They didn't see how that started, but just off the great opportunity for the Wheat Kings, the whistle sounds.
And on, just gets redirected to the Brock Birch, actually, and they're throwing hands. Birch is on the ground, Duel's on top of him, and there was a big collision, and the play was going on. Referees come in and break it up right away. And that gets things kicked off early here. Brock Birch and Cade Duel go at it, and the crowd loves that early. And both of them obviously going to have to think about that in the box. But you want to get a crowd fired up here, that's the way to do it. Brock Birch and Cade Duel exchange the fists here early on. And it all started off right there with that big hit. Then Birch and Duel said, all right, you want to go? Let's do it right now. Why waste any time? And they kind of both took a tumble to the ground, and then they got up along the wall. And some nice fists there by Duel. Birch got a couple in as well. And a very evenly matched fight.
Since that final game of the 11-game road streak. Here's a quick shot from Shetler as he charged into the attacking side, and Blake Clark makes the save with 8:22 to go. Portland cannot afford to take a penalty. Sarkinov is trying to egg them on as a couple of helmets come off. Max Pushnichka's bucket rolls out in front of the crease. Him and Sarkinov need to be separated.
Lynn has it behind his own net. Push it out of the zone off the stick of Kale. Cumbie back to play it. Meanwhile, the gloves have been dropped. Hartman and Kale at center ice. We said to watch this. They had a little altercation, a little conversation at the end of the second period, and they have dropped the gloves right at center ice. Both players trying to get that right hand free. Hartman trying to get the helmet off of Kale. He does, and that gets the linesman attention quickly. They separate the two players, and they'll spin their way to the box. Hartman raises his hand to the crowd. Kale trying to exhort his bench. A lot of tussling there, maybe a few blows. Not much else comes of that one. So we'll have 5-minute fighting majors here.
Over right wing, Jet Lajoie looking to center it, slides it to the net, stopped, covered, and action. Off to the side, Fluker throwing paws with Lajoie. Linesmen get them tied up. Donaldson trying to untangle those two. And I think, is that Michael Langen down below, or is that Josh Albinati that's going to tell them both just sitting cool for the next couple? It's Fluker and Lajoie. It'll be 4-on-4.
On the ice as Nathan Brown finishes his check, and now him and Shetler are going to go dancing. Brown and Shetler at the blue line. Brown reaches in. Shetler's got him by the scruff of his neck, connects on a couple of punches, and these two will get separated. Brown injecting some energy into the crowd as he and Shetler escorted to the penalty box. You see there,
along the wall. Calvert shoves his man into the sideboards, and we're going to get a penalty to Rowan Calvert. And now Lang is into the middle of it as the hitman started to retaliate. And some of the bad blood in here. Lodwick and Williams coming together. Referee Adam Blasky stops them up. But Hunter Lang came charging in after Wyatt Pisarcik, after Pisarcik took a run at Tyler Parr. There's showing on the big screen, Calvert giving Moore a shot, and then Lodwick gave it to Parr.
Now Thompson throws that puck right back into the silver tip zone. Dillard goes back to pick it up, and now we got a fight here. Whoa, we got Timchak dropping the gloves with Clark Schaefer. They're going to get together. Schaefer fell right away. Timchak trying to get that right hand going. Schaefer and Timchak tied up in front of the penalty box doors. Doing a good job now trying to play defense. Timchak trying to go up underneath. So is Schaefer. Continue to joust for some position here. Trying to free up an arm. Schaefer tries to land a right in there. Good right by Timchak. They get together. Timchak goes to lefts. Schaefer some rights. Trading over the top, these two guys. They keep going. Timchak trying to electrify the fans, and the linesmen are going to step in here, and Timchak's going to say, let's get going here, folks. Let's get going at the Sandman Center here on a Saturday night. Timchak and Schaefer sort of a little bit against the grain on that play, and Blazer bench is sure fired up. You got Red Ravendal. Boy, Timchak is